Hey everybody, beautiful day today. I just stopped by at Staunton Harold Reservoir in Derbyshire and look at that. Let me just show you this. Look at that for a view. Just drove past it, saw it and I thought, wow, that place looks really nice. What a perfect place to do a Facebook Live or do a video live, and I just wanted to do this because I feel it's particularly long overdue. I've not really told my story of where I've come from and where I'm at and where I want to be really. I was born in March 1972 and I was raised in Derby. I lived there for most of my childhood, but due to problems in the family with mum's relationships, to be honest, made it difficult, and we moved around quite a lot between sort of Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire. So it was a tough upbringing, to be honest. And, you know, I was very protective of my family, and I had a particularly hard childhood in the sense that I didn't really know who I was, who I wanted to be, and I didn't really have much passion or ambition for anything, but, you know, because of family circumstances. Well, that's what I blamed at the time. And I think it was in my teen years, I said to my mum, I'd really love to become a pilot, you know, because I was always fascinated with aviation as a kid. And she said to me, son, you're not clever enough. And I was like, oh. So I kind of gave up on that dream because somebody told me I wasn't good enough. So I bundled through life a little bit more. I think I got to my sort of mid-teens, well, sort of 13, 14, and it was a careers decision chat, and I said to somebody I want to become a radio presenter because I was fascinated by radio and presenting and things like that. And everyone was like, okay. So I wrote thousands of letters, had thousands of rejections, and didn't really get anywhere with that. But the only thing of, you know, the only ray of hope that I had was that somebody said to me, why don't you send a letter to hospital radio? So I wrote to Nottingham Hospital's radio, and thankfully they accepted me, and that's where I learnt my trade to become a radio presenter DJ. They gave all the training for free. It was a very good opportunity. I enjoyed my time thoroughly there. I think I was there for a couple of years, and then I started to send the demo tapes to radio stations, and again, thousands and thousands of rejections. People telling me I just wasn't good enough, didn't cut it. But one particular day I sent in a tape to BBC Radio Derby. I connected with the program controller then. His name was Alex, and he saw some potential in me, and he says, do you know what, Dave? We do sport on Saturdays. Pop down, take a look at the studios. We'll have a chat and we'll see what we can do for you. So I popped down, and I was like blasted away by all the technology and the professionalism of it all, you know, compared to what I'd been used to. But it was all very, very, very exciting. So eventually I kept badgering Alex to give me a go on some shows, some live shows. And he said to me, why don't you co-host with Dave on a Saturday night? This was a guy called David Harvey at the time. I was such a nice guy. And I used to help out on his radio show, going out onto the streets of Derby, interviewing people, asking questions. So that's where the ability to approach strangers came from, I guess. And it kind of grew from there. Anyway, a year later from then, David got promoted to a higher radio station, which left a vacant spot to fill this Saturday night show. And I was given the opportunity because of persistence and having thousands of rejection letters sent back to me, I just kept going no matter what. And I got on that radio show and I owned it for 2 years. It was my baby, something I'd worked for all my life. Obviously, I think that was 1993. I think it was 93 that was. Obviously, I've been pushing for a radio presenter career all my life. I'd done it for 2 years. Ended up getting fired 2 years later over something completely stupid. And to be honest, I never really got back into radio again. I'd lost the passion and desire for that, even though I'd been chasing the dream all my life. But I did enjoy DJing still, so I've kept the DJing flame alive. And I've been a DJ for 31 years. And when I say DJ, I'm talking about weddings, birthday parties, that sort of thing. Because I love talking to real people rather than a microphone in a studio and things like that. So I loved radio presenting. It's by no means a waste of my life. It's given me a lot of skills to be able to interview people, been on lots of trainings, news casting trainings, that sort of thing. And it's given me some great confidence and skills to be able to talk to people. And I think that's got to be a good thing. So I went into mobile DJing and I'd got jobs as well. When I left school at 16, my mum says, "Oh, you want to work down the road?" So I went down the road. Lasted about a week. Hated that job. Walked out mid-shift. Couldn't stand it. It was just when you just hate a job so much that it makes your skin crawl, that you just want to I don't know what you want to do, but you know where I'm coming from. So I spoke to my mum again, and she says, "Oh, why don't you get a nice cushy office number job?" So I applied for office jobs, and eventually I got one. I was happy for a bit, and then what happened was the company decided that wasn't the position for me, so they moved me around. And again, I felt like a bottle in the sea, being pulled from coast to coast, tide to tide, not really having any control of my life, and didn't feel particularly great. Didn't like that journey in my life. Again, not in control, something that I'd not chosen to do. I was put in positions I really hated. Didn't really know what I wanted to be. And this was pretty much my working career up till about, I'd say, my mid-30s, to be honest, because that was the right thing to do the job, to do the right thing. And, I met my wife in 1998, the best thing to happen to me in my life, the most positive, connected, emotional, grounded but positive person I've ever met in my life. I said to her I want to work for myself because I couldn't stand being under somebody else. Being in an office, it's red hot on a summer's day like today. I couldn't even open the window and I was absolutely melting. It was red hot and I couldn't open the window because Val was sat there and she'd been there for 40 years or something, and she had authority over me and I couldn't open a window. And that was the moment for me that triggered that I really wanted to get out of the job situation. So again, I went back to my wife and she says, "No, you can't just quit your jobs because you've got responsibilities, you've got bills to pay, houses to pay, that sort of thing." And this is before we had children. I was watching somebody do some electrics and I decided I'd like to become an electrician at some point, but again, gave up on that dream for a little bit. It was 2005, I started going to college and I worked for them, and I worked for them for 3 years nearly, and then I got made redundant in 2010 during the recession. Now, I was laid off in May 2010. We was having a holiday on the East Yorkshire coast, and I said to my wife, "I'm going to set up a business baby as a pat tester. And she said to me, I always remember it, we'd just had Imogen, I think. And, well, Imogen was 2, actually, my eldest daughter. And she said to me, okay, because obviously this time it was different. I'd lost what was, I'd lost the jobs. So now the control comes back to me. So, I set up this portable appliance testing business, and I was very lucky actually, because one of my very first clients, Thorsby Hall, gave me an opportunity, and it got me started, and I loved it. And well, here I am, sort of 8 years later, working for myself, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, honestly, it's just unbelievable. It's everything I ever dreamed of. But the struggle's still there, financially, life, challenges, with the body, that sort of thing. I suffer with my back and my neck, and I've got a wrist support on at the minute because I suffer with pains in my hand because of the repetitive strain. I don't know if anybody suffers with repetitive strain, but drop a comment and let's get in touch. Let's have a chat about it. But the fact of the matter is, guys, I've been looking for something all my life, didn't really know what it was, and 8-9 months ago, somebody introduced me to a network marketing opportunity, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is what I've been looking for all my life, an opportunity, something for once. Not only is it my own business, like the portable appliance testing, but an opportunity to make money whilst I sleep, because these are the things I was looking for all my life, and I couldn't believe it, and it was there. It was presented to me. So I looked into the opportunity and I was like, whoa, tried the products, wow, and I just needed to be part of this journey. And I'm so excited, because the journey's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster. It's been emotional. It's been tough. There's been rejections. But like the radio station analogy, if you give up, you'll never get to where you want to be. So no matter how hard it seems, sometimes you've just got to keep going and never give up on your dreams. So here I am today, enjoying life. I've got a couple of jobs on today, so I'm not going to be particularly late, but I'm looking forward to getting back to that. But I wanted to tell my story, and the motto is, this is how tough life can be, with its challenges. Sorry for getting emotional earlier on the video, but I was just telling it how it is. It's tough. Never give up on your dreams. Believe in you. Believe in your family. Take it in your heart and go make it happen. Guys, wishing you an awesome day. Thank you.